Yins, guys. Thank you for listening to the Bridge to Buctober podcast, where we talk all about them Pittsburgh Pirates and that. My name is Josh. Today is July 30th. That's a Pirates win in San Francisco. More late night bucking. A lot easier to watch them when they're winning, right? Especially these late night games, if you stayed up. How are we doing? Good morning.
Yeah, it is a good morning there, little
and
man.
And if you're listening in the afternoon, good afternoon. If you're listening in the evening, you've already watched the next game because they've got a day game tomorrow. But good evening to you anyway. That's 7 of the last 8 for the Buccos now. They hit a homer, a solo homer. They had great pitching performance, not the starter. And they played good defense in the win. I guess you'll take that any day, right? Bailey Falter got away with 4 walks, just 1 strikeout. Somehow only gave up 2 hits, but 6 base runners, and only gave up a solo shot. None of those base runners were able to come in to score. And they're really 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position, which means not many of them even got to second base. He gets through 5. Somehow, 70 pitches. He just wasn't sharp, so it was time to move on. And they gave the ball to Braxton Ashcraft. 3 perfect innings. I can't say enough about what Ashcraft has done in this role this season. He has a 2.17 ERA now in 15 games, 29 innings pitched. 23 strikeouts to 12 walks, a 1.24 whip, 226 average against. But it's been some moments like this where you used a lot of the bullpen yesterday. They were taxed, not very many available. We knew Bednar wasn't going to be in this game. And he's able to stretch 3 straight innings out of perfect innings, rather. And turn it over to Santana for the save. He gets his 6th save of the year, Santana. We don't know how long these guys are going to be here. But for now, I mean, this is a strong group right now. Ashcraft is really pushing himself into the storyline of what this rotation or even the bullpen mix for the last 2 months of this season, right? Andrew Heaney's likely to be traded. Maybe something from that bullpen group, maybe all of them, right? Is it going to be Ferguson, Bednar, Santana, some combination of those? Santana, like I said, got the save last night. And where does Ashcraft fall into this? Because obviously, if Heaney's moved from the rotation, that spot can be his. It could be Bubba Chandler's. It could be Carmen Majinski's. We've seen that enough. Let's be honest. But Majinski and Ashcraft have already been in the pen. So it'd be simple to not pull more from the pen and try to replace that. I mean, Dowry Moretta, Colin Holderman, Eddie Jean. Like, I don't know how much of that I love. If guys are going off the 40-man, there's guys that can be added to the 40-man, but it ends up being, I don't know, guys like Tanner Rainey or, the guys that we've done this earlier this season, like that, where it's like, oh, well, we'll call you up now, but we're going to pass you through. Ryan Baracki is possible to be on that list. I didn't even mention Johan Oviedo. He's also in that list to get that starting role when it's vacated by Heaney. So it's going to be interesting to see this week develop, but you could very well see any of those 4. I mean, Thomas Harrington's on the 40-man. Could he have another appearance? Probably at some point this season, he's going to show up and do something. I don't really know what that's going to look like, considering the fact that it's not been a strong season for him. So I don't know if they go that route or not. I'm not sure if he's a guy that they would put into this role to get 3 innings whenever you have a guy exit early and things like that. So all of this is very possible. It's really going to be interesting to see how it goes. And it's going to be like that goes with the whole thing, the bullpen and everything. We'll see. Nervous and somewhat fun week. You just never know what's going to happen. There's at least a plethora of things to talk about if they do make a move. Liover Peguero hit his first home run of the season last night. Had 2 RBIs as well while playing shortstop. Verlander left a fastball inside when it was supposed to be outside. Peggy took advantage of the mistake. Listen, we've always known that the pop is there for Liover Peguero. It's always been there. That's always been a piece of that game that's been intriguing. The defense hasn't been stellar. The average has been hit and miss. But the pop, you've always felt like that's always been there, and that's what makes him interesting. Seeing him have a nice game like that does make you want to see more. And I know they just acquired Cam Devaney, who also homered yesterday, but Peguero's here right now. Are you intrigued at all? Are you intrigued at all? I wouldn't mind seeing a run of it for me. And in my opinion, it has to be at shortstop. I just don't have a ton of interest in seeing it happen anywhere else. I feel like you've already got the rest of your infield figured out. And it's not like he's going to be the answer in left field. We need an answer at shortstop as well. At least a bridge answer. Peguero's only 24 years old. I think sometimes we forget that because we've been seeing him for the last 3-4 years. There's still more to this guy's story, but he's out of options. So this is it. If he doesn't make the team next year, he has to be passed through waivers. He's likely gone at that point. I would see a team that would try to pull him in and see what they can get out of him. At the fact that he's only going to be 25 years old next year, there's still, like I said, there's still a lot to think about. And the fact that he's now at a place where he's out of options. I mean, it's just amazing how these guys can be on a different path. Cam Devaney is the other guy that we're talking about. He's 4 years older than Peguero. So how much better can you get in the next 4 years? Like Peguero's already had this shot. I don't know. Listen, I know it was just one home run. It was just one good game, but we do this every day so we can talk about all the things. I think that Peguero earned a 5-minute spot there, don't you? Ke'Bryan Hayes made a spectacular diving catch late in the game, but that's not what we'll have people talking about his day on the defense. There was an infield fly rule. I think it was the 3rd inning, and it just a big brain move. One of those things that you do every once in a while just to try to catch somebody off guard. And this time it was key. This is one of the many examples of him having a really good, baseball IQ. His instincts are good. He's a smart player. And I think sometimes we give him so much flack for his defense and stuff like that we forget that, he really does have, that's part of his game. He's even a smart base runner. He's a smart player. He thinks, he's in the right places. It's not just great defense, but the fact that he creates these plays. If you remember back to the play at the plate where I'm trying to think what even happened. There was a collision and Key was there and he had the wherewithal to pick up the ball and make the tag. Just a crazy play. Remember, it was a collision with Bart and who did he run into? Was it the pitcher? Did he run into the pitcher? First base? It might have been first base, but it wasn't Horwitz. It was while Horwitz was still hurt. Who would have been playing first base? Endy. It was Endy. It was Bart and Endy running into each other. And the ball dropped and the guy was coming in from third trying to sneak a run in. And Key was right there to pick up the ball and dive to tag him. Just every once in a while he does it. So in this one, in this latest example, he lets the ball drop on an infield fly rule and he takes his eye off the ball and looks at the runner as it falls past him, just staring him down. And he didn't tag up. There was some confusion there, and not from Hayes. He picks up the ball. He throws it behind him to get him out. It ends the inning. They had first and second, one out. And a infield fly rule gets him a double play and gets Falter out of the inning. Just a great play in that way. There's a special player in there, guys. It just doesn't show up at the plate enough, but there's a special player in there. Bart had 2 hits against his former team. Horwitz had 2 hits. Pham 3. It's a 3-1 game, but it was a good game. They played a good game. They played a clean game. The defense was good. Brian Reynolds made a really nice catch out in right field. There was just a lot to like about this win. And to do it to seal a series win is good too. Today's a day game, not as early as usual, 3:45 p.m., but it is a day game. You love to see the series win, like I said, because they face Logan Webb today. And not only not having his best season, but we all know who he is. He's still, I think, what's he have, a 3.38? He's still got a 3.38 ERA. Like, he's still a really great pitcher. And he's a guy who knows what they're doing right now, right? I mean, they've lost 2. They've lost a series. He's going to be good. He knows what his assignment is here. Pitching at home, the whole 9 yards. The Giants, this loss took them to 54-54 at an even 500. And so he's going to be motivated to make sure that they don't drop down below, or else that's going to be their topic of conversation. And then what happens with them? So Mike Burrows goes for the good guys in this one. Outside of his start against the Twins, has really been good for like a bulk of the season after his first 2 starts since June 4th. Got some numbers here. A 3.30 ERA. He struck out 48 batters in 43 2/3. The changeup is nasty. He's starting to play the fastball and the slider off of that a little better, and he's learning lessons, and he's looking good out there. Like I said, 3.30 ERA for the bulk of his season. That's 9 starts, I think 10 games of the 12 that he's pitched, and those first 2 were rough. And he even had a 4-run outing and a 4-run outing. The one against the Twins was bad, right? 1 1/3, 4 or 6 runs, something like that. And he still holds a 3.30 ERA even with that one in there. So could be even a lot better than that. I'm eager to see Mike Burrows, see if they can get the sweep. Then they go into a day off. It's the trade deadline. You never know what could happen this week, but going into that, feeling pretty good. Like I said, 7 of 8. You could keep that going and put a dent in this and just see where it goes. So go ahead and let the Bucs get hot. Go ahead. I don't like saying don't let them get. Go ahead and let them. We're okay with that. It's a lot more enjoyable for us to watch when the Buccos get hot. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Enjoy the game. Go to bed early tonight. We don't have any games to watch tomorrow night. We'll be back on tomorrow. Maybe talk about a deal. We don't know. We'll see. Let's go Bucs.
Thanks for listening to the Bridge to Buctober podcast. Subscribing to your platform of choice is the best way to be notified for new episodes. And now, new episodes every weekday. Remember, live shows with my dad and Uncle Jake are Sundays at 9 p.m. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and join them in the live chat every Sunday. Follow them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Bridge2 Buctober. Clear the deck, cannonball coming, and let's go Bucs.